How's it going, everybody? Welcome to some Dark Souls Remaster. So, obviously we're starting in the first area. We're just gonna walk right on in here. Big butt is gonna jump right the fuck in front of us. And we're just gonna fucking kill him, because, I mean, you could do a drop attack on him, but let's be honest, that's just kind of for pussies. So you're just gonna casually walk up, and then you just want to trade hits with him. I mean, if he hits you, it doesn't matter, because poise. So basically, if you're trying to not get hit, just stay on the booty. I mean, but honestly, if we're trading with hits like that, I mean, does it really matter? I mean, look at that. Oh, it tickles. And there we are. That's the Asylum Demon. All right, moving on. We're just gonna go ahead. We got the Great Hammer. That's pretty rad. All right, give me the key. Okay, you could come in here and talk to this guy. No, fuck it. Just kill him, because it doesn't fucking matter. His opinion does not matter. And then we'll just walk away. Actually, one sec. I think he drops the key. I think he drops my key. He does drop my key. See? Now he matters. Because now we can leave. Alright, so we're actually going to start with a actual game. Oh, you want to fuck with me? See, most enemies in the game you just trade with because they're little pussies. What are you going to do? I think not. I mean, I don't know how you're not dead off that first one, but you're definitely dead off that second one. Alright, so we're going to jump into some Dark Souls. Obviously, this is a joke. We're not starting with this character. I will start a new character. So let's go ahead and actually jump in and play the game. Alright, we're going to start a new character, like I said. My other character's name is Dick Slapper, so we obviously can't go with that, because this is a PG-rated channel, obviously. So we're just going to go GG for Godly Gaming. We're going to be a guy. Surprising enough, that slim-looking hovel is actually a chick. Yeah. Bet you feel weird now. Alright, what are we going to go with? Master Key, obviously. You want the Master Key for anyone that knows where they're going, basically. Okay, I don't really care what my face is. Should we do a bobby haircut? That does not look curly. I actually haven't looked through these because I just hit go, go, go. Yeah, whatever. Let's go with Bobby. That looks stupid. What the heck are these colors? We'll go red. Why not? Alright, moving on. I start with the bandit because I always do a strength build for the most part. So.
The world was unformed, shrouded by fog. A land of grey crags, arched trees, and everlasting dragons. But then there was fire, and with fire came disparity. Heat and cold, life and death. And of course, light and dark. Then from the dark they came and found the souls of lords within the flame. Nito, the first of the dead. The Witch of Izalith and her daughters of Chaos. Gwyn, the Lord of Sunlight and his faithful knights. And the furtive pygmy, so easily forgotten. With the strength of lords, they challenged the dragons. Gwyn's mighty lords peeled apart their stone skins. The witches weaved great firestorms. Nito unleashed a miasma of death Seath the Scaleless betrayed his own, and the dragons were no more. Thus began the Age of Fire. But soon the flames will fade, and only dark will remain. Even now, there are only embers, and man sees not light, but only endless nights. And amongst the living are seen carriers of the accursed dark side. And in this land, the undead are corralled and led to the north. Where they are locked away to await the end of the world.
Sounds about right.
This is your fate.
Bye, friend. All right. And it has begun. Gonna go ahead and just kill these guys because souls. Duh. Sometimes you hit the wall. It's kind of annoying. Obviously, with the intro I did, I have finished the game. I do have a weird way of playing these, according to my friends, the Dark Souls series at least, where unless I know for a fact I'm going to be able to easily get through the area, like Dark Souls 2 was, I guess, the one. Dark Souls 3 after a certain bit became it as well. I don't exactly remember where all of the items and everything are, so I might have to do some research before I go into an area for you guys. I did complete the game just with the fact of I knew where the stuff I wanted was. But in terms of like alternative weapons and stuff like that, I can't tell you where everything is, to be honest. I will, however, look it up before I go into places, that way I can at least tell you guys. But primarily, I have completely memorized where all the stuff I need are. And that's mostly for a strength type build or something like that. If you're not much of a strength build person, that's perfectly fine. I just find the strength build the easiest to use when it comes to getting through the bosses and all that kind of stuff. So that's the primary reason that I do it. But if you're looking for PvP, stuff like that, you're going to want to be able to move a little bit more. However, with the Dragon Tooth, the hovel set that you saw there, I actually find that to be very good for player v player. Because if you can keep up with the person and you can guesstimate where they're going to roll, super easy to stun them. And then you do a ton of damage, so.
I'm done for, I'm afraid. I'll die soon. then lose my sanity. I wish to ask something of you. You and I, we're both undead. Hear me out, will you? Regrettably, I have failed in my mission, but perhaps you can keep the torch lit. There is an old saying in my family, thou who art undead art chosen, and thine exodus from the undead asylum maketh pilgrimage to the land of ancient lords. When thou ringeth the bell of awakening, the fate of the undead thou shalt know. Well, now you know, and I can die with hope in my heart. Oh, one more thing. Here, take this, an Estus flask, an undead favorite. Oh, and this. Now I must bid farewell. I would hate to harm, and thank you.
Alright, so he's gonna die. You'll get the souls regardless of if you're near him or not, when he does die. This will open up a way in case you end up dying here, which is pretty hard to do. Now the safest thing to do, rather than parrying and all that kind of stuff, are backstabs. They do a ton of damage, and they are the easiest thing to do, obviously. If you've already played Dark Souls, you already know this. I'm not sure why you'd be clicking on it. If you haven't, I guess maybe just to see if you'd enjoy it. Come on, bye. So there are a couple little moves and stuff that I have been seeing people having trouble with online. Surprisingly, I've actually gotten a couple messages, even though it tells you right where I just was on the floor how to do it. Some people are still confused on how I'm breaking through their shields and stuff. If you're sitting here, and most of the time you're going to be, blocking and you're going to be surrounding an enemy or whatever. Well, if you press forward and the right and light attack at the exact same time, you'll perform the kick. So if someone's sitting behind a shield and you just want it to open, you can simply kick it and then you can do your damage or whatever you want. Also, if you're in the same state and you hit to do a heavy attack, you'll do a leaping, which is sometimes good if you're sitting there and you can backstep something and then you can go straight into your leap, which I didn't just do there. But you get the idea. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and drop down on this boy, and we're going to end up killing him, obviously, because what don't we kill in this game? But that's the most damage that you'll get for this guy. He's obviously really easy. If you got your dodges timed properly, he's a pretty easy boss. Even if you block like I did right here, you'll fly back a little, but it's really nothing to be too freaked out about. There we are. He's obviously the first person you're going to fight. He's a pretty easy boss. And he did give us the key. I kind of forgot when I did the intro part that you do have to have the key first. There will be nothing on this path. And you'll just run up here and come right on up.
Only in the ancient legends it is stated that one day an undead shall be chosen. To leave the undead asylum in pilgrimage to the land of the ancient lords. Lordran.
I do find it kind of funny, if I can word. I was trying to say everything at once for some reason. How many like if you look at the percentage for achievements, trophies, whatever. I have this on PlayStation because my friend's on PlayStation. The the amount of people that have done things. I'm part of the 1.1% that have actually completed the game, but I kind of find it funny that, like, when I looked at it, only 98% of people have made it to here. I'm like, do they not know about the door they're supposed to run through? Because if that's the reason, someone needs to tell them. If you talk to this guy,
Well,
he will,
Let me guess. Fate of the...
I mean, he'll just let you know you need to go up, down, whatever.
But there's no salvation here. You'd have done better to rot in the undead asylum. But too late now. Well, since you're here, let me help you out. There are, actually, 2 bells of awakening. One's up above in the undead church. The other is far, far below, in the ruins at the base of Blight Town. Ring them both, and something happens. But not much to go on. But I have a feeling that won't stop you. So,
Sorry, I cut him off in that sentence.
it is why you came, isn't it? To this accursed land, the undead?
Ha 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 ha, because everyone has a sense of humor around here. Alright. So, I'm actually just going to go ahead and get this part out of the way. Obviously, you want your Estus to be as high leveled as you can. So, we will simply run on over. Sorry. With the Master Key, you're going to end up being able to get quite a few things pretty early. That'll help you level up. This one... Alright, so just to be completely clear here, this is a suicide run. There is... I mean, you could fight your way out. There's no reason to try it. Like, this is nothing other than a suicide run, which is why I'm going to send that elevator back up. Because we'll end up coming down here later on. So we'll pick up some of the items down here, and then we're just going to end up dying. If you are a sorcerer, come on down here, and there will be a man in the cell.
This is unusual. You haven't lost your head. Well,
Alright, so I'll let you guys look at the dialogue whenever you want to, but he's not that important to me, because I'm not doing that. But if you go in, he sells
come back soon.
your run-of-the-mill magical stuff, because he's a magician. This guy thinks he's sexy, so we're just going to go ahead and knock him off. This guy, I don't know, he's just sad. Oh, I missed. Oh, that's... Edit that. Guy's praying to a pot. So, at first you're going to look at this and be like, oh, you went the right way. I mean, this is obviously the right way to go. It's not. As you can see, we're doing a medium roll. A fat roll is pretty horrendous. But, for me, at least, I like doing the quick right here. It's a light roll. There is a roll better than this if you were to take off all of this. Oh, still can't even get it. Alright, well there is, I can't remember if it's under 10%, but there's a really good roll that you can get. Alright, so I just like having a fast roll for the time being. Until you get heavy armor and poise becomes super awesome, like how I showed with the Hovel set, and you can just stand there and beat the living crap out of any boss in your way. That's literally what I did to Nito, my first playthrough. I had a Claymore plus 10, and I just stood there and just bashed his face to death. And then even when he would do the giant explosion and kill all the people around him, it did not faze me at all. Now, the ghosts down here, if you use that curse we just picked up, you are allowed to block and harm them. But for this run, it's really pointless. I wouldn't bother. It's not going to help. I might boost up the brightness on my video. That way we can actually see everything. That way I'm not, trying to be like, oh, if you can see it. So, if you can see, there is a tiny bridge right here. You're just going to want to pick this up, because we're going to need that. And then you want to die, because there's no way out. You can't walk through them. They can hit you, but you can't block. You can't hit them or block them unless you take the curse. So, I guess that's 1 on our death meter, because... Should I just put death and then willing deaths? Because that was a death that I chose. Maybe we'll count it as a half death. No, it's a death. Because it popped up and told me I died. I remember when you used to get an achievement for dying. It says welcome to Dark Souls. Can't remember which game did that. Alright. And then you will come over here to this lady. She won't respond. You'll give her that. And all of a sudden, boom, there you go. You have a +1 for your Estus. She can't talk. I'm pretty sure her tongue was cut out. So, yeah, she can't talk. Actually, we're going to go talk to the big boy over here. I think this guy does miracles, I believe, if I remember right.
Hell, I am Petrus.
Alright, so if you exhaust his dialogue and then you talk to him twice, you get a copper coin. There's nothing in the pots over there, so don't even bother. Unless you like breaking pots, if you're, Link or something, then you can go ahead and, break all the pots. So, I'm going to come up here. I'm going to grab this. Alright, so if you get a running start, you can toss yourself over here, and there will be some chests. Nothing super important in these, but we did get a cracked eye, so I technically, if I'm stupid, I could invade someone right now because of the cracked eye orbs. Can't remember if I have to be part of a covenant for that, though, now that I think about it. Alright, anyway, we're going to go ahead and grab all of this fun jazz and stuff. I personally don't like running through the cemetery from here, so I'm going to go ahead and head back and hit the bonfire. That way they all don't chase me, because they're evil, evil little skeletons. Catacombs is honestly one of my least favorite areas. Blighttown's pretty bad, but I've always hated the catacombs. Alright, so we're going to run over here, up and here, and it's going to be, I believe, up these stairs. There will be an item in the back. Here it is. These would be some fire bombs in case you need to toss some bombs at some people. Fire bombs are pretty helpful. Also, I can't remember if it works this way. It used to be, if I remember correctly. God, I'm starting to wonder if I actually can remember most of this game correctly. Even though I already played through it. I think you have a higher item drop rate the higher your humanity is, but when you die, you lose it. Like, you'd have to go and get your souls again, so you better be careful with how much humanity you use. I mainly use the humanity for kindling, so, but you can use it, obviously, for whatever you feel like using it for. So we're just going to come around over here, go ahead and drop down, and then I'm going to make the run through here. Now, it's not really worth fighting these guys, if we're going to be honest. You can just sprint right through all of them, and you'll just take this path down. There we go. That guy you kind of have to hit at an angle, because for some reason you can't run immediately past him. This is the Zweihander. I know a lot of people like it. I don't like the moveset for it, so I personally don't use it very much. But once you start seeing those big guys, you just know you should probably leave. So that's all we needed to grab while we were there. So we are golden to go ahead and leave. Now, most of the time you want to hit the bonfire, because I think one or two of the skeletons can come into the Firelink area. So, hit the bonfire, we have reset, we're good to go. Now, we can either start on our journey and go up that direction, but because I picked the master key, I'm going to go ahead and grab a couple other things, and then we can head out. Like I said, I kind of do a weird version on my playthrough. Hopefully I can do this perfectly. I did it perfectly last time, but knowing my luck, the one time I actually record is going to be the one time I do it poorly. There's going to be a dragon that'll one-hit, but he has some decent stuff around him, which I want. But like I said, he can one-hit, so assuming I time the dodges correctly, we'll be golden. And this is what the master key will open. Now, from here, you can go straight into Blighttown. Alright, we should probably bump up my brightness just a bit. The other TV that my girlfriend uses, she was playing Horizon, so on that TV everything is much brighter, so this looks a bit dark to me. So that hole in the wall I just showed you is Blighttown. You could go in there if you really want to. I don't see any reason in wanting to go into there right now because I don't like dying immediately as I start the game. This is the guy I'm talking about. Now, he does have quite a few items around him, but you want to run all the way around his head. And this is the big one. That's going to be worth a ton of souls. As soon as you start to pick these up, he's going to get up, and there's the one shot. I did not time my dodge correctly. You could run past him, and then you'll be in the Valley of the Drakes. You'll run past the Drakes and up one of the elevators. I'm trying to remember where exactly that leads. Here, I'll try it one more time. If he ends up killing me again, we'll just get on with the playthrough. Because I don't want to hold you guys up. Could always just edit it in on my good run, I guess. On a run that I, don't get murdered. If you do have a bow with just a shit ton of arrows ready to go, you could shoot him and knock him down because he's holding on to that cliffside. He will fall after you hit him enough. So if you really just hate the fact that he's there, if you enter the first area where we haven't been yet, there is a person that sells arrows and a bow, I believe. So you could stock up and just farm that area for souls to get arrows and then get rid of him if you really want. But that's dependent on you if you really want to or not. Personally, I don't hate them enough. I mean, I will later on when I already have a ton of arrows and I have nothing to use them on. Although you will want to pick up those arrows if you want a good weapon early on. Because a good weapon early on would be the Drake Sword, which you can get from shooting one of the other dragon's tails, like God only knows how many times. I'm going to fast forward through it, trust me. So, I didn't have any souls over there, so this really doesn't affect me. This is a poison smear, which also will deal damage to you, so you really want to be careful with it. But we can actually do this and bait him to use it right there, and just run right on past. Because if you stay in that area, he'll consistently do it over and over and over, and then, when he starts... These guys will all one-shot you, so be very cautious when heading down here. This guy will notice you pretty early on. Don't fall off the cliff. Alright, that is his spread attack, so we'll go ahead and run right past. Alright, now what you're aiming for is to go up into this area over here. Just be very careful with all these drakes in the area. Alright, and here is what we were looking for. If you run past the drakes, which I have a very hard time doing because I can't time things properly. There are a couple things on the bridge. Nothing of major note on the bridge. Nothing that I would personally go back for. So, this bonfire, there's going to be a Black Knight right over here. So this is pretty decent if you want a good weapon early on. Alright, let's see where he's at. So he should just pop... There he is. So, what I would recommend doing, because he's going to end up, bashing your face in, is to bring him on up here, because he will follow, into an area where, like right here, we have much more room to fight him. Because, admittedly, the Black Knights do have a decent amount of health. And then you're just going to want to keep backstabbing him. Given what level we are, you really don't want to fuck with him too much. You could parry him if you want. Personally, being the level I am, I don't really want to risk it. I will fast forward through this because it's going to take a lot of hits. Alright, so we were able just to knock him off. I wasn't sure if it would give you your stuff or not if you knocked him off, so luckily it does. Alright. So technically we're not even supposed to be in this area yet. But I don't care. We don't have the key up here. I believe you have to have a key to get into the room up here, which Hovel is in. Eventually, if you are doing a strength build, Hovel's ring is basically a necessity. If you want a decent build, because it's so heavy. Everything is just so heavy. So apparently we can use the master key to open. I'm going to take him up one floor because I really don't want to deal with Crystal douchebag being in the door. Alright. This is going to take a bit. Now, be noted, if you do not have your shield up, you are fucked. You are so fucked if he hits you. He does take a ton of damage. He will take a decent amount of time to kill. But truly, truly, be warned, he will destroy you if you get hit. He also will do a ton of damage to your shield. So, be very cautious. That's the other reason I love having Bandit, is because the shield completely defends from all physical damage. So even if I do take a hit like that, I'll still be okay. I'm not going to take any damage through my shield. Otherwise, I would probably not even be willing to fight him right now. Because he has a ton of health. That's why they call him Hovel the Rock. Because he's a rock. Basically. You're basically wailing on a rock. I know this isn't the best, like, beginner's guide on where to go. But if you want more of like a beginner type thing, you would have wanted to have headed where I was pointing out where this is where you need to go to press on for your journey. That's where you would have wanted to go. This is probably not the best place for you to go. This is, however, in the beginner area. Like if I continue to go up, I will end up in the beginner's area. I'll reach it from a different direction basically. And I'll show that. Everything in the game, in this game, unlike the previous Dark Souls, are completely connected. I mean, previous in terms of number 2 and number 3, where you kind of warp around quite a bit. This one you have to get through about half the game before you're able to warp. Gotta hate him. Yeah, I love him. I hate him. Love to hate him. Maybe you get a Hobble Ring plus something. I wonder if that's a thing in this game. I know they have it in like 2 and 3. Alright, I think we are one backstab away, and then we will have defeated Hovel the Rock. Like I said, ooh, shit, that could have been the end of me. Like I said, he does have a shit ton of health, so I believe that is it. Alright. Now we unlocked Hovel Ring. Sweet. That will allow you to carry more, so now we have the same roll, and we can wear all of our armor. That makes it possible to wear some of the heavier sets without having to go too heavy into upgrades. Now, if you come to the very top up here, try to remember exactly where it is. So this is the starting area. Like that'll connect to it. But real quick, just because we can. Alright, if you come over here, I can't remember which of these he's in. Maybe it's the next floor. It's here. Here's the bug. You want to kill them because they'll end up dropping, you know, twinkling and all that kind of stuff. So we got the twinkling. Alright. So now we'll go ahead and do that starting area because we need a bonfire in this area. Now note that is a bomb that he will roll down upon you. He can only do it once, so coming this way, he's never going to be able to roll it down. And normally he waits till you get till right about here, and then you have to turn and run back down. It's just annoying. So coming this direction, it's not going to be that hard. These guys like to turtle, just kick their shield open, no problem. I kind of over-guessed how much damage I was about to deal on him, so we'll go ahead and do a jump on him. This guy wants to be a douche. Go ahead and... oh, I thought that would kill. Oh, shit. Stop it. Alright. Moving on. We're going to want to take these guys out. One of them will throw fire bombs, so word of caution. One of them will be throwing bombs. It's probably the one in the back right there. He's pretty easy to backstab because his recovery frames take forever. You will hear an archer here. Thinking he's tough shit or something. Alright. Moving on down. Oop. My bad. Go ahead and use the master key to open this. See, master key is very, very useful. This will get you the lightning effect. It's called gold pine resin. It'll give you the lightning that you can put on your blade, weapon, whatever weapon you have. You can't put it on some weapons, obviously, but most you can. Alright, so these guys we're going to want to take care of decently quick, because all of them throw bombs. And they will throw bombs as you cross the bridge, but so long as you're running, you'll avoid all of them, so it won't be bad. This guy, we'll go ahead and just do a plunge attack down onto him. Go ahead and come on into here. There will be one right here as soon as you walk in. And then there's also going to be one in there to your left. Here he is. And these guys like to do the little flailing thing, so be cautious. There will be a chest here. Now, note for later on, if you're wondering if it's a mimic, the chain, if it's pointing behind it, is good. If the chain is pointing toward you, it's a mimic. So, and a mimic is basically a chest that'll attack. If you try to open it, it pops out these huge teeth and just eats you. It may not kill you, but most of the time it does quite a bit of damage, so be cautious with those. I'm not sure if Master Key works on this one. It does not. I can run all the way around and do that later. Alright, this is the starting off area that most of us will see. So essentially we'll come from that direction. I'll show that in just a moment. So the bonfire will be in here. I'll just go ahead and light it. Don't want to sit at it because I don't want all these guys to respawn. Just want to get through it. Go ahead and knock you right down. If you come in here, there will be a wooden shield. It's not exactly the most useful, but it is an item. It is a shiny. We must pick it up. That's what they teach you in Dark Souls. Pick up the shinies. Go ahead and take him out. Yeah, I'll show you guys the link before we do anything else. How to link up the areas. Alright, so a dragon just hit this bridge. Note, if you are coming from this direction, you want to come here and then just stop. And the dragon will blow up the bridge, and then he'll leave and you'll never see him again. I mean, you will see him later on, but you're not going to see him in this area again. There is an item around this corner. Little lost soul. Now he's our soul. You only have to walk through this once. There's no boss or anything. So we got the fire bomber here. We got a couple other douchebags here. Alright, we'll go on into here. I don't think there's anything of importance in here. Nope, just upstairs, which you can get to from another place that I will show. Ah, come on. Game is blocking. Alright. We'll head on down this area. So this is the link I was originally discussing with you guys. This is pretty important to remember this spot. Most of the people watching this probably at least know about it. So now we're in Firelink Shrine. So see the bonfire? This is essentially where you were supposed to go originally. This is the primary path that you're supposed to follow. But I don't follow paths. So this is where I am. Now there are quite a few things that you can get with the Master Key. I mean, you could run into Blight Town if you know the area well enough, and you could grab all this other stuff. You could get to a lot of places really early with the Master Key. You could get a lot of things that you want early with the Master Key. But primarily I was looking for souls, level you up a little bit faster. Excuse me. So that's the main reason I ran that way. Later on in the game, there will be a merchant on that side. If you run and jump right there, you'll be able to reach him. There's nothing on the path there to there. Oh, I guess there is an item over there right now, isn't there? Okay, well, we'll go grab that. Oh my god, I failed. I wonder what bonfire I slept at last. That's going to be the real question. Oh, damn. Alright, big run back. So, since we died, that's a grass shield. Defense for 95, and it will allow your stamina to regen faster. It's a nifty little shield if you are accepting of taking a little bit of damage. I use it for my builds, mainly because it doesn't weigh a lot, and I just put it on my back and I just keep swinging, and it gets me my stamina back pretty quick. And then if I have to block, I'm already not going to take a lot of damage because of Hovel, because of the Hovel armor, so it is pretty efficient. Alright, we are back. I only took a jump cut. Ish. Alright, let's get all of those juicy souls back. Alright, so I'm gonna go rest at this bonfire in case I fuck it up again. I was so I didn't miss that the entire time I played my last playthrough. So I was super confident that I had that, and I definitely did not. Endurance is important if you're going to be lifting any heavy armor, so be sure to check those out. I'm mainly going into Vitality just so I have that extra health. I really like my health, especially when I'm going to be trading damage with my poise builds. So it's the primary reason I am going into those. Just easier to come up here and take out Bomb Dude. You just go ahead and come back here. That way you can take care of this guy. And then take care of Bomb Dude. Please lock on to Bomb Dude. Well then. We are not going to be taking care of Bomb Dude. Oh my god, Bomb Dude's back there. I was hoping that he was this one. Yeah, fuck you. Alright. Well then, there's only one thing to do when it becomes this. Oh my god, it did it again! Okay, the locking on is nice once you're locked on, but up till that point, it's pretty annoying. He's gonna swing. Frick you for getting in my way. Alright. We're good. We are good. Now, let's not fuck this up. Voila! Last time I jumped way too late, so... Alright, it's a Ring of Sacrifice. I honestly cannot remember what those do. Let me check. Okay, so if you put it on and you're like... Okay, if you die, it doesn't take your money. That's basically what it does. But it breaks upon, you know, you dying. So you don't lose anything, but the ring will break. I think that was in Dark Souls 2 and 3? I don't know. I know it was in 2. So we're going to go ahead and do our run back over here. I did already have to run through here, and I've murdered most things already again. So my soul count might have been a bit different than everyone's. Go ahead, hit me. Wow. Like, this guy's right here and it's locking on to someone through a wall. Okay. So, I'm going to go ahead and take these out. Because the run up here is not too bad. Alright, you'll see these guys. Remember where they are. You're going to want to run right up and kill them. There's no enemies in here. Stairs lead nowhere, in case you guys were wondering why I didn't go to the stairs. It's because they don't lead anywhere. Be careful when there are quite a few of these guys, because if they start just flailing, you can technically get hit. Now these guys, yeah, fuck these guys. Should we just kick him? Yeah, get off. Yeah, those guys, however, are going to be a bit annoying. This, yeah, it's freaking rubbish. I don't know if anyone takes rubbish in the game or what it's even used for, but it's not worth anything, and it's rubbish. I can't remember. I cannot remember if it's useful at all. I'm going to have to look it up because it's literally called rubbish. Alright, humanity over here. Humanities are super important. Go ahead and go over here. You were the one climbing the ladder that I saw over there. What's up? What's up, buddy? Why are you climbing stuff? Alright. I can't remember. Yeah, you want to climb that ladder to get there. What's up? Okay, my girlfriend is just looked up what the rubbish is used for. Apparently, if you trade it with, what was his name? Snuggly? I don't remember who Snuggly is. If you trade it with Snuggly, he gives you Titanite chunks. So, bonus. She's looking up who he is. See if I actually remember who he is, but I don't remember names. I'm terrible with names. I don't remember friends. Oh, it's the fucking bird. Okay. Yeah, you put it in the nest and voila. Okay. That makes more sense. Okay, so we have not come over here yet, so we're just going to go ahead and come over here. You could hit the bonfire. It's probably a smart decision to hit the bonfire before going off and doing more adventurous things. But I'm not a smart person, so I'm just going to keep going. Alright, there will be a merchant right out here. This is the guy I was telling you about that will sell you the bows, arrows, whatever you want. Maybe he doesn't sell a bow. Alright, well what a jerk. Alright, you gotta get a bow. And then you gotta get some arrows. Oh, he does sell a bow. Sweetness. So I am going to go ahead and get the bow because it is very, very useful later on. I'll come get the arrows later. There will be a guy right back there. He's going to try and surprise you. Sometimes he'll jump out. That's why I was waiting. Alright, we'll come on down here. There'll be a whole bunch of deranged lunatics that are going to try and spam stab you. So be cautious. It's not even that they deal a ton of damage, it's just that when they do that, that's what he was charging up to do, where they just do the flailing. If he hits you with that, then you're going to wish that you had blocked. Okay. Other reason not to hit the bonfire, I guess, is that the enemies don't respawn over here. It's one item, or two items, but I can't remember if they were any good. Throwing knives are decent if you want to pull out one enemy and not have to deal with another, so I don't mind getting throwing knives. The item over here, I believe, is a crossbow. It is. It's a light crossbow. You got some of your bolts. You cannot aim crossbows in this game for some reason. You can just lock on to the enemy and fire. Bows are the only things you can aim with. Unless they've changed that, but I'm not sure why they would. So I'm going to go ahead and rest at this bonfire. Now, other things of note in this area. Now that we have that gold pine resin, we are super powerful because we command lightning. And we need to let a certain particular enemy in this area know that we are beasts now. That particular enemy is a Black Knight. Black Knights can drop very good gear if you're lucky, which on my last playthrough I was the most unlucky person I have ever met, and I killed all of the Black Knights and I never received a weapon. But we've already received one weapon, so I mean, how bad could it be? Personally, I would want the Great Sword, Black Knight Great Sword, but the only Black Knight that I know that has a Great Sword is in our next area. This one has the your typical sword. I think it's technically classified as like a medium, so it's not like when you're small long swords or anything like that. I don't believe. I'm not really sure. It's been a while since I've used it. But it is a very, very solid weapon. I think it has a base starting damage of 200. It is a solid weapon. And if you have the stats to use it, it's a very good weapon for beginning game. But you can also get another sword that is roughly the same thing called the Drake's Sword when we hit our next area. So this one you can just get a bit earlier. But again, you're going to have to beat a Black Knight, but gold pine resin, coincidentally, works very, very well on Black Knights. So, that's why I said we have to show him that we command lightning now, because it wrecks him. And he hates it. So, the best way to go about doing this is to, you know, actually have your gold pine resin on. That'd probably help. Alright, now I'm just going to toss on a throwing knife. That's what I was talking about. Throwing knives are good, because you're going to want at least a little bit of time to run. Because I want him to be in a wider area so we can get the backstabs on him. Alright, if you come up here, you should have just enough time to apply that before he impales your face. Ooh, shit. But as you can see, lightning does some decent damage to Black Knights. Ooh. Alright. There we go. Ooh, God. I don't even know why I'm trying to parry him when I could easily just backstab. See, I'm good at parrying, but not when I'm recording, I guess. See, those are super late. Oh my God. Alright, fuck it. Parrying cannot be done so long as I am recording. Alright, and look at that. Killed him in the duration of it. So, golden. Now, it's perfectly fine if you want to stay in this area and farm a bit, and, you know, get some better weapons, or I guess level up is the primary function here. Now, if you are going to continue, you want to go ahead and definitely go up this ladder immediately as you get out here, and you gotta take these guys out. You do not ever want these people alive. They're frustrating, they're annoying, and they're not gonna help you. Now note, you have to kindle bonfires to get more than 5 Estus per bonfire. The right of kindling you get later on in the game, so most bonfires from here on out are only going to provide 5. Alright, there we go. As soon as he jumps, you're just going to turn and run. And you're going to wonder, what the hell was that, man? It's a giant demon running across the bridge. How am I expected to fight it in such a tight space? At least that's what I thought the first time I played, because I didn't know about the ladder. And you're just going to drop down and wreck him. And that's basically how the rest of this fight is going to go. You're just going to want to walk between his frickin' legs if I can do that without my camera having a serious mental breakdown. But like most of the enemies, you can block most of his stuff. Later on, these guys are actually pretty easy, so... Oh my god, I lined myself up with the one hole in the wall. I have a feeling I'm going to get more deaths in this than my actual playthrough. I wish... You know what would be really awesome is if Dark Souls put in a death meter. Where you could go in and like look at how many deaths you have. That'd be freaking hilarious. And then it tells you like how many are by player, how many are by, you know, whatever. Now that would be funny. Alright, there he is. Essentially what you want to do is run him far enough across the bridge over and over and just keep doing plunge attacks on him. You could fight him like normal. He has a pretty basic moveset. And I think you'll still deal decent amounts of damage to him. I mean, this is obviously the fastest and cheesiest way to do it, which is why most people do it this way. But, I mean, there's nothing against just normal fighting him. Other than, I guess, you might get hit by a shockwave every now and then. Because, believe it or not, he is a big guy. Alright, so that I fucked up on. He would have chased me all the way back and hit me on the ladder. That one was perfect because he's still in the animation of trying to get back up. Yeah, he'll still hit me there. But we can heal as soon as we drop down on him. Now, if you stay up here too long, like if I would have tried to heal or whatever up there, he can jump up there, so be cautious. He can jump up. Let's see how much base damage we deal on this guy. See, you could fight him if you want. It's just, it's faster to plunge. I guess it wouldn't be faster if I had the gold pine and I had a faster swinging weapon. He's probably going to hit me here again because he's a douche. Yeah. I know, you're such a big, terrible, evil monster, you. Ooh. Trying to walk between the legs. I'm just going to go ahead and finish him. Alright, there we are. I don't believe he drops anything. I think you just move on. Alright, good. We're moving on. We're going to go meet Solaire. I don't know why I'm breaking all these, just because I feel like it, I guess. There we go. Solaire, we're coming for some jolly cooperation. This is one of the NPCs that'll help you throughout the game. Pretty cool guy. Like him.
I have. The way I see it, our fate's in a. Well.
Ah, shit! I said no.
Oh.
It's okay.
This pleases me. We are.
There we go. Now we can play with other players online. We can leave our symbol and all that, and people can join. Alright, this is the bridge with the dragon. We're going to run as fast as physically possible. Alright. Sweet. We made it! So we'll come on down here. And this will link to your other bonfire. So that's a pretty good understanding for the first, you know, area. There are a couple things that I did not pick up back here. I think it's just one or two things I didn't really go out for. Would you stop it? Oh wow, he had his shield up while he was swinging. Huh. Alright. If you go down to where the Black Knight was, there will be a couple things down there. And that's primarily what I'm running for. Obviously, you could kill all those guys if you wanted. So that ring, if you ever get below a certain amount of health, I'm not sure how much, you'll have a damage increase. I don't think it's very noticeable. And I would prefer just to run back and heal. This is a cliff. Anyone that tells you otherwise is just straight bullshitting you. I always find it funny when you see something, it's like, oh, treasure ahead, and I'm laughing because I see all the messages around. It's like, be wary of a liar, and I'm like, well, yeah. Y'all thought this dude was telling the truth? Man, look at all these guys. Alright, y'all gotta start dying. Can't all sit here forever on the stairs. Other people need to use these stairs, man. Alright, there we go. Now that we have corpses all over the frickin' stairs, we are good to go. I think that was the only thing that I really missed in this area. Could be wrong. But that's for you guys. Let me know if I missed anything. And I'm just going to go ahead and go sit at the bonfire. That'll be the end of this one. Pretty great start. I think we have 3 deaths. I don't know. Have to figure that out when I go back. But I'm pretty sure we are at 3 deaths already, which is glorious. Let's see how much that Black Knight halberd it hits pretty hard. 32 strength. Alright. It's kind of what I was expecting. It was going to be quite a bit of strength to be able to use it. Alright, we will end this one here, and I will see you guys in the next Dark Souls. Thank you everyone for watching the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Like, comment if you did. Subscribe if you're new to the channel. If you did not, let me know why. Other than that, here are a couple videos for you guys to check out in case you did enjoy it. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you so much for watching.